What is up, beautiful people? Why you should not start an AI agency and what to do instead. You see, the workflow is the moat. The moat that you're going to build is your workflow / your relationships and your network. Hence, I'm recording a video to you on a channel where I haven't been doing that in a very long time. So everyone's building AI businesses right now. There's going to be hundreds of thousands of young kids that are going to turn on AI automation, AI lead gen, AI content. It's just going to be unlimited opportunity for business owners to pick and choose. And so prices are going to come down. It's going to be commoditized, et cetera. But I wouldn't do that right now. Not just because there's a bunch of kids doing this. A lot of these kids doing this, and I say kids because they're going to be young kids, young hustlers. That's generally what enters the market first, and that's fine. That's the world we live in. And I give them mad props for taking the initiative. But they're going to be kind of the cannon fodder for making a lot of mistakes and helping mature these tools and the market itself. I'm not suggesting you should actually get in and do that. If you do, you're not risk adverse and you're not worried about messing shit up and maybe even messing somebody's business up and creating liability for yourself. Like, okay, that's fine, but this is how I would do it to avoid that. Because as somebody who's building this right now in deploying these things in my business with multiple teams and individuals, while also following the hype cycle on Twitter, where everyone's like, I got 20 agents running my business for me. Again, most of it complete hype. I'm seeing firsthand the limitations, particularly of Claw. That's what everyone's hyping about, right? This idea that you could just hand it off and it'll practically do things. So if you're thinking about getting into the AI business game, particularly for businesses, small businesses, automations, AI consulting, things like that, I would hold off. This is what I would do, especially if you're wanting to do agentic AI, because there's obviously like automations you can build and workflows, and those come with their risks because they're probably going to be taken over by agents very soon, but not yet, right? So if you're going to go in and build a bunch of NAN workflows, which was a thing for a while, which has been a thing, I mean, still is probably a thing, within probably a couple months, that's not going to exist anymore. So it's not necessarily bad as long as you're adapting and building, et cetera. This is what you should do instead. And let me explain why. Because you're going to build an app, a wrapper, a workflow, et cetera, and then in a day, a week, a month, that thing's not going to exist anymore because it's just going to be one click done with Claude, or it's going to be built into OpenAI or whatever. And some of these companies that are paying $2,000 a month don't need to pay that anymore. They can just create a out-of-the-box agent or click a button or add a skill, and then that entire workflow that you built for them is gone. Now, you can make money in the meantime for sure. And if you actually are aware of that and you can actually add more value to your clients and always be upgrading, there's going to be a place for you. And I think 6 to 12 months, if you're actually in the game, if you stay on top of things, like you can still build a good business here. But if you're completely new to all this, if you don't know how to sell, you don't know how to attract leads and close them, if you're new to this AI game and you're just watching Twitter hype cycles and you're like, oh my God, I want to make 10K a month with, 3 clients paying me $3,000 each or whatever, maybe you shouldn't just jump into that. What I would recommend is doing what we're going to talk about in this video. And there's some notes here about how this is going to happen. The thing that you should start with more than anything first is you should build one of these for yourself. This is what I've been doing for a week now. And I hit a Claude limit, and then I'm locked out of Claude for a whole month now because some weird thing where I set my spend limit to like $300 and then it doesn't let me upgrade until the next month. Very bizarre stuff, right? I'm sure they'll fix it at some point. I was literally trying to give them money. And it looks like Claude is still the best for OpenClaw. So Claude, Anthropic for OpenClaw, which is the software everyone's hyping about right now. And so I started building this for myself as a personal CEO agent. I kept putting it on the back burner and I was just like watching people. And then, the hype got to me, and that's fine because I've learned a lot. And I've also gotten to the point where a lot of people on Twitter are saying they're getting to the point of banging their head against the wall because you wake up one day and you've built this thing and you've optimized it and you've gone back and forth and you've fixed errors and you've increased your security. You've done all these things. And then it just like gives you, I can't do that. Like a simple task. Like it was working with my Notion and I could add stuff. And then today it won't add it. And it's like, where's the database? And I don't know the command line and I'm like, what are you talking about? This happened after I had to switch models because Claude was working, then I got banned. So I'm learning these things as I'm doing this. And this is exactly what I think you should do, because if you do this for a business and you have this thing humming and you build this agent out and you have these workflows and even if it's working for a day or two, you're going to wake up one day and there's going to be something wrong and they're going to be calling you. Hopefully you don't screw something up, but that can happen too, where you actively screw something up versus something just turning off. You're going to run into things like that. You're going to burn a bunch of tokens. You're going to have to cover those costs. It's not going to be a great situation, right? This video might be obsolete and this advice might be obsolete in like 4 weeks. They're pushing OpenClaw updates all the time. The LLM models are getting better all the time. Maybe this isn't going to matter, but right now it's not there yet. And I think most of the stuff on Twitter you see are people building agents that quote unquote do things, but they are not actually solving any business solutions, right? So it's easy when you're not interacting with customers and like there's real skin in the game, okay? So what you could do though, and this is what I've done, is you build a very simple personal assistant. I do a morning briefing. It's connected to my Gmail, my Google, and my Notion. Notion I was dealing with some issues with, so I got to figure that out. But the Google Calendar is working. I have a few crons, which are like repetitive tasks that go off, like checking middle of the day, setting me reminders for things, setting a daily goals and weekly goals, and then syncing to my Notion, CRM, and task database. Weekly review, all done via Telegram, which you can see here. And then exact literal issue that I was talking about that I was dealing with, it just like out of nowhere. And I think it's since I changed the model, it can't execute this command because it doesn't like program into the memory. So why can't it figure this out? I don't know. So I'm working through this. I'm also working with support on how to move to semantic memory, which again, some of these things I don't know a whole lot about. I'm very beginner on this, but I also build and tweak, and I can follow instructions and I can give feedback. So I'm kind of like building, learning as I go, but I'm not a developer. I'm just a founder, CEO. I'm tech enabled, tech savvy, and I've been in AI for a while, right? Like just using it for like copywriting and emails and stuff, but I'm in no means coming from developer land where I understand even half of what's going on right here. This kind of highlights the importance of the video or that I'm trying to explain to you right now is that you're going to run into that stuff. And if you do it while it's a low stakes, your own personal assistant, in my opinion, that's a better place to be. So build something like this, right? Run it for 2 weeks. Iterate, learn, adapt, improve your memory, monitor your token usage, etc. And then every single thing that you add to that claw, that's what we're doing with the team. Every single security update checklist we run through, every memory or heartbeat or, like best practice that we've taken from others and ourselves, we document all that and that becomes our claw guide. I don't know that's going to be useful in a month because I still think at some point very soon, they're going to probably just release a fully functional out of the box, works really well, while also doesn't burn tokens claw. I think that's coming. You know what I'm saying? Especially with all these people and all the open source sharing all their things that are working, that's gonna go into the project. It's gonna get better and better and better. And these things move so fast. But in the meantime, this is where we're at. March 5th, 2026. If you can do this, if you can build a really tight functioning claw for yourself, you can make sure your tokens and the models and all that style in. You have a hosting platform, or maybe you got a Mac Mini, which actually, I think I might actually explore. I thought a lot of that was hype, but now I'm thinking that instead of paying a VPS, which I'm paying 40, 50 bucks a month, and they have like limits on daily usage and stuff for certain models, I think a Mac Mini is actually the way to go because, after 1 year, I could have just paid for a Mac Mini, right? And I have my office and run all the time. So that's probably what I'm going to move to, or maybe even like the new Apple Neos that are coming out. Those super cheap laptops. Those are pretty cool. Okay. So this is what I would recommend starting with if you're interested in this AI agency stuff at all. After that, this is what you should do next. You should find one business or one person. Maybe it's a small business owner, maybe it's a CEO, maybe it's somebody that works in a company and just like wants to better manage their stuff. And you want to go to them and you want to say, let me build for you one of two things. If they're an individual, I would recommend building the personal agent. I would focus on similar to this. And then you could kind of tweak the structure for them based on their preferences. Like, do they like task reminders? Do they like proactivity? Or do they like to just have it on demand so they can ask? Do they like to be able to tell it to send emails? Do they like to, tell it to add calendar updates, et cetera? Okay. And then you document all that. So like, that's like agent number 2. And each one of these that you build, you create an SOP for them, a guide for them with exactly how you built it, what things you program in, everything, because these are things that you can then replicate for others. That's for the individual. Personal agent does basic things, calendar, email, some kind of task management. Very, very straightforward. Okay, some recurring reminders. The other option is to go to a business and you say, tell me like a few things you struggle with in your business, related to leads, sales, email, text messaging, scheduling, calendar, data collection, reporting, anything, just anything that they struggle with. And you kind of list those off, you take notes, and then you tell them to kind of rank them in their order of importance. You then make an analysis of yourself of the ones that maybe are the less security risk where you could screw something up. Maybe reporting is a good one, where if you screw up reporting, a report just doesn't come through or it's inaccurate, right? That's like kind of a low stakes thing. Then you make a recommendation of what you want to build. And you say, I want to build this for you for free. This is what I need. It's read-only access. I'm going to give you a report. It's going to look like this. Maybe you mock it up. And it's going to send you whatever schedule you want. You can also pull it anytime you want. And you say, the only thing I want from you is to be able to use your business or name, a short testimony about what we built for you, what we did, and how it saved you a bunch of time and money. We want to turn that into a case study because we're going to then use that and we're going to bring that to other businesses to do the same thing for them. We also want to build it for you to learn the workflow, the process, these security things we have to figure out. How to do it effectively, token usage. Like there's a lot to figure out here and every business is different. So you do those 2 things. Each of them gives you a testimonial and case study and a bunch of data about an actual product service that you could make. And then you just go try to find somebody similar. Maybe it's a similar exact market or a similar person, or maybe it's just lead follow-up. And a lot of businesses need that. So it doesn't matter if it's a car dealership or if it's somebody selling coaching. Then when you want to turn this into a business, you figure out some pricing, and this will come through a lot in sales calls and what you're talking about. And these early clients, you would even maybe suggest like doing it for free, and then they can pay you if they're happy, or they can pay you per result. Like every lead that comes back in that leads to a sale, they can pay you a certain percent. There's a lot of ways to do this. Usually you want some kind of setup fee, and then ongoing retainer, and that will be for maintenance. Maybe you could even have it where you cover the tokens so they don't pay that. There's a lot of different ways to do this, but there's going to still be people that need to engineer these things and stay on top of them. That's going to be the case for a while until they're just like one click and they work, right? Which might be like 6 months. I mean, that's how close we are to this shit. 6 months. And then I think most of these things are going to be built into the LLMs, and a business will basically just like get a Claude account or get an OpenAI account and then just tell it what you want and it just does it, right? So at that point, like I don't know what the business model is here and whether it's going to exist. Maybe you get more into AI education and adoption. Maybe you actually just run their account and set it all up and just monitor it. You know, maybe that's like a $500, $1,000 a month job, and then they don't have to deal with it. Like there's always going to be a place to make money with these things. You know, if you can save them time, money, or energy, these things are a long way from just connected into your business and then just like, well, maybe not, to be honest. Like, honestly, if you really think about this, we might be a year away where every single data service that a business uses, right, which is already becoming very standardized with Supabase and Graph is what I'm looking at, where all the APIs can just plug in to like a central database server, you know, data aggregation area. And then you can connect that to Claude or OpenAI. And then you can just basically be like, go figure out how to save me money, save me time, more leads, more business, more revenue, proactively give me suggestions based on research and other competitors doing things, make ads for me, make landing pages for me, send emails for me. Like there is a place and a point where so much of our knowledge work in this internet is going to be done by AI with as little instruction or input even needed. That's where we're going to. But it might be 12 months, it might be 24. In the meantime, for the next 2 years, there's going to be a lot of money to be made. There's going to be a lot of learning, education, adoption. You know, these things take time. So, you know, I'm not discouraging you, but I'm suggesting that if you're going to get into this, you should get into it this way. Okay. So I'm going to be recording here a lot again, and betterhumans.substack.com. If you don't know me, I'm Colin, ECOM founder. Been in the game for a long time. I used to talk about ECOM, and then I was talking about health. And you know, every time I come back to a new thing, I come back to the channel. This is the one that's going to stick because I truly believe that the future of commerce is our personal brand network. And so I need to actually move most of my time and energy to content and distribution. And I've kind of known this for a while. I've been watching the TikTok effect and spamming content short form, but I've always been an operator and I run teams and brands and stuff. And so this is the first time where I felt like, holy shit, I actually have to do this if I want to have any edge whatsoever in the marketplace. So I am now shifting for the first time ever in my career. I'm going to aim to do more content and more audience building and more networking than I've actually done operating my businesses. Because I've always been the kind of just like, I'll operate behind the scenes, you know, like I'm not an ego-driven person where it's, you know, social media is even kind of awkward to me a lot of times. I like YouTube because it's just long form and I can really speak and give value. I really enjoy that. So follow along. I'm going to help you build your moat in the AI age. This is one example. Lots more to come. If you need anything from me, anything really, just reach out, leave a comment, like and subscribe. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. And let's just really get excited. I'm excited. I want you to be excited. If you're here, sure, you can find reasons why everything I just said is wrong, maybe. But you can also find way more reasons why it's right and probably what you should do. And this stuff could also happen in a week. You don't have to do this over weeks and weeks or months on end. I'm not suggesting you should hesitate. In fact, I think starting this today with your own claw, spend a little bit of money and time, learn it, build it. You're going to be so far ahead of everyone else, it's not even funny, right? Then use that as a springboard to other things. I'll see you in the next one.